What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. I got another one from IFC Midnight today, and it is the Clovehitch Killer. So this movie follows a kid named Tyler. He's a good kid. He's a Boy Scout. He's got his mind right. His dad is named Don. He's a the all-American dad. He's volunteers a lot of time at church to helping people out. He's like the ultimate scoutmaster for his son's Boy Scout troop. He's basically just like the head of a perfect family, pretty much, or at least that's what it's at least that's how it looks to everybody. Meanwhile, whenever Tyler takes a girl out on a date, they're out in his dad's truck, and she finds a Polaroid picture of a woman, naked woman, tied up, bound, and really freaks out. Tyler tries to say like, hey, this isn't my dad's, maybe somebody left it in the truck or whatever, but inside of his mind he's thinking this is kind of weird because meanwhile, at the same time, over the past 10 years, 10 women have been killed by what's presumed to be a serial killer known as the Clovehitch Killer, who is called the Clovehitch Killer because of a special knot that he uses whenever he binds the victims. Now, if you're putting the pieces together, that Don happens to be a master scout leader, and this is a complex, kind of obscure knot, then you're on the same page with Tyler. He begins to think that maybe his dad is the Clovehitch Killer. He starts to look into it. He reaches out to this outsider girl who was Cassie, who was super into the Clovehitch case and is like obsessed with it and all the details. And he just pretty much wants to find out whether or not his dad is the Clovehitch Killer or whether he's just blowing everything out of proportion because, maybe his life is as perfect as it seems. So I really like this movie. I thought it was really cool. The issue that I think some people might have is that you come in expecting the typical serial killer movie with blood and sleaze and lightning pace. This is not a slasher movie. This is not a big flashy movie. This is a naturalistic, believable serial killer story told at a deliberate pace. It's a slow burn movie, which might throw some people off, but I think it's well worth it. It's character driven, so there's a lot of development and a lot of focus on the characters and the relationships between them, and then also as we explore into Don's inner life, that becomes a big part of it. So like I said, the pace is a little bit slower, but I think it's such an intense burn, even though it's slow, that it keeps you hooked in, or at least it did for me. I didn't love the ending, but I actually really liked the rest of the movie. It was heavily influenced by the real life BTK killer, and if you're familiar with that case, you'll definitely see some similarities as potential clues and red herrings pop up. At the same time, though, it's not so much so that it feels like a retread or like a whatever. It's just enough to almost give it like a true crime vibe, which I think is really cool, but maybe some people won't. Charlie Plummer plays the son. He's great. Keeps it reined in, keeps it from going melodramatic. Enough emotion and enough especially with his reactions are really good. But the movie definitely belongs to Dylan McDermott. He is fantastic here. It's it's just such a cool performance. He's so restrained and it's so powerful. It's like this controlled intensity. It's really, really, I just thought it was a really good performance. Definitely elevates the movie up more than a few notches. I thought the cast overall was really good. Like I said, I really had no problems with this movie except for the fact that I didn't love the ending, but that happens sometimes. I didn't hate it either, but I just would have liked it to have went a little bit more differently, maybe a more satisfying ending to it, but whatever. If you like slow burn, believable thrillers, as opposed to, and I like a good slasher movie too and a good crazy serial killer movie, but this is just a more grounded take on it, and I think it works really well, and I thought it was a really effective movie. It's going to be available from IFC Midnight on Blu-ray, DVD, through Scream Factory releases theirs, but you can get it digitally, whenever. That's my review of the Clovehitch Killer. If you want to read the whole thing, go to markfusion.com, where you can check out, well over 1,000 other movie reviews of other IFC Midnight, of the Scream Factory, other serial killer movies, other horror movies, all kinds of stuff like that. There's also hundreds of reviews right here in my YouTube playlist you can check out. And the best way, as always, to help me out is just to hit that sub button. It's a free, easy, direct way to support me, help me to keep making these videos, and so on and so forth. And if you want to go the super extreme extra mile, next time you're at my site, you can use my links there to buy anything through Amazon. I get a little bit of that back. I'll use it to buy more movies, to make more reviews, and there you go. So that's my review of the Clovehitch Killer. Highly recommended if you like serial killer movies. I thought it had great performances, and it was just really creepy and believable. So thanks a lot for watching this video. I do greatly appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.